Lori here. I'm here again. Sorry, I have a lot of time this morning. I'm here today to talk about Legend by Mary Lou. It is the first book in her series. I am so late on the bandwagon for this book, and I am so disappointed by that because I really, really loved it. So hopefully I'll be able to read Prodigy and Champion sometime in the next few months. But I really like this book. I gave it 4 stars. The only reason I gave it 4 stars is the world building was a little bit lacking, but I've heard from numerous people that in like the second and the third book, the world building becomes amazing. As is the trend in YA dystopian novels, this book is told from dual perspectives. So you have two very, very different perspectives that wind up interconnecting, kind of like it happened in Divergent and kind of like it happened in the Murder Complex, which I really like both those series, so I had no problem with this. Well, the last book in Divergent. But it's two characters that really should not be together that wind up having an interaction. And the two characters in this series are June and Day. And Day is like an international criminal that is terrorizing this government that he thinks he's doing the best that he can, but the government obviously thinks he's a mastermind and creating all this havoc. And then you have June, who is training to be in college. She's like training to be a police or a government officer, and her brother is like that's one of the top leaders in this government. Um, and then in like the first 2 chapters, so I'm really not giving anything away. June's brother is brutally murdered, and they think it is Day who did it because Day was there. But it really becomes this sweeping, complicated story about truth and lies and who's telling the truth and what side are they on. And you learn a lot about the society that's going on, and there's this illness going around that is very dangerous, and it just kills people. And unfortunately, Dave's brother gets infected by it, and that's what causes him to come out of hiding and gets himself into a lot of trouble, especially with the government. And June is sent to hunt him down, and their interaction starts a series of events that is just so complex. But I'm really excited to see where the future books in this series go. I really love fast-paced dystopian novels because the worlds that are created are so interesting, and this is like no exception. It is very, very based in reality, which I really, really liked. But I really like both characters, and they both were very, very strong. You met like several other characters, but at the heart of this book was really those two characters. And you learned a little bit about like the world building, which I'm really hopeful that in like the future we'll get a little more about the world building, because that was a little bit on the weaker part. But the character building was so strong, and I was so intrigued by it. It was a very, very fast paced read. I think I read it in like 2, maybe 3 days. It was very, very quick. But the characters you just kept wanting to know what was going to happen. And I really liked it when you had Day and June interacting with each other, because they're so alike in so many different ways that they really like affect each other. And I think that's when your characters just really affect each other. It's a really, really creative world, but it's basically like a militant state. So like everyone, and then there's like these people that are less on the scale than normal, and they're considered nothing. And that is just it's such a heartbreaking novel, and Day's history made me very, very sad. And then just learning everything about these characters, you really learn like, is there something affecting them or something that's causing all these situations? You don't really know to the end of the book, and even at the end of the book, you're still kind of questioning. I haven't read Prodigy yet, but it is on my list. And in this book, there's a test that you're given, and if you pass this test, you are allowed to have like a good job and stuff like that. If you don't pass the test, you're basically like the lowest part of the society. And it's revealed that June has like the best score that you could possibly have, and June realizes something about Day that might challenge everything she's ever believed about herself and also about the government she's supporting. Again, I think it's a very, very fast-paced novel. If you like dystopian, I highly recommend this because I think it's a very, very creative way to do dystopian. It also reminds me a little bit of the Murder Complex and also the Lumatier Chronicles by Marissa Meyer, Cinder, Scarlet, Crest, and Winter, because it has the same illness, like a very, very similar illness depicted, but it's not fantasy in any way stretch of the imagination. But it is a very, very strong book, and I'm hopeful that in the next few months maybe I'll get to read Prodigy. But I hope you guys are having a great day. As always, if you guys have read the series, comment below, let me know what you guys have thought about it, and I hope you guys are having a great day. Okay, bye.